Legends in Lattes by Baldree. An orc decides to open up a coffee shop in a town that has never heard of coffee, and she does this because she's trying to put away her past and start a new life. But let me start by saying how much I despise this cover. If I weren't reading this as part of my goal to read all the Hugo nominees, there's no way I would ever touch this book. It reminds me of a Saturday morning cartoon that was designed for the purpose of teaching children the value of friendship and diversity. I hate the drawings, I hate the title, I hate the font. This is not my personality. It'd be a hard pass on all fronts.
Hate. Double hate. Loathe entirely.
But I'm glad to say that the book ended up being a little better than that. I think the biggest strength of this book is its descriptions, because you get to watch this orc build up her coffee shop little by little, and the way that the author describes the coffee, the wood, he just brings in so many interesting details that to great effect. I think it's impressive at pulling in elements that makes it feel like a real world. I also think the strength of the book is that it relies on a human instinct that we just like to watch things grow. You know, you have this orc that's building this coffee shop out of some livery stable, so all the things she has to do to fix it up. Then she has to get the coffee machine, she has to explain to people what coffee is because it's such a foreign concept to them. She has to hire a baker, she has to think about what to put on the menu, she has to build a stage so they can have performances. So it's kind of fun to think about all the details. It's a very lighthearted sort of exercise. This also turns into a bit of a weakness in the book too, because I didn't think there was that much conflict. With one exception, there's one point in the book where she runs into serious opposition. But other than that, I felt like she was just kind of floating along and everything's going great. Another problem I had with the book was the love story. And this is mainly because it kind of jumps in at the end as opposed to having a build-up throughout. Like if you're going to have a love story like this, you have to leave breadcrumbs in the beginning so that you kind of get the sense of where something's going. Because the way that it is now, it just kind of feels tacked on, kind of stapled to the rest of the manuscript in a sense. And when you do a romance story like that, it not only is a distraction, but it also kind of sullies the character arc that you were trying to establish with the rest of the book, in that she has these trials and opposition, but she relies on her friends that she's learning to make, and that's what pulls her through. So like I said, if she had more opposition and if they didn't have the tack on love story, it would be much better. So by the time I got to the end of the book, it was back to mostly not working for me, but not as bad as it could have been. So overall, I think it worked with the big exceptions that I mentioned. So I'm gonna give this book 2.5 stars.